Before we begin, the question has come up a number of times about why Grace Church does not just comply with the orders that have been laid down for churches. And I thought it might be helpful to give you the list of things that are required of us as a church so that you understand how utterly impossible that would be.
So he's going to go through a list of the guidelines that the health department has said, hey, Grace, if you want to have church, this is the way you do it. And this is tremendous information, very helpful to understand why Grace Community is not complying at all.
Are the basic orders. No indoor meetings at all. Pre-registration of every person who comes onto church property. People only allowed on church property for scheduled events. Every person who comes on the property is to be screened and have their temperature taken at the entry. We all must maintain 6 feet of social distance at all times everywhere, including the parking lot and the restrooms. Every other parking space must be left vacant. Marked pathways to maintain social distance, keeping people apart, monitor.
And as they're saying every other parking spot has to be left vacant, the county is taking away their parking spots at the same time. If you don't know what I'm referring to, just search on this YouTube channel. I did a whole video about the parking spots and the revoking of their parking contract that they've had for 40 plus years.
Monitored by staff monitors. Everyone always wearing a mask. Restroom monitors to control 6 feet social distancing at restrooms. Tape on the ground marking distance. Signs indicating these mandates, and also full exposure on social media. Restrooms are to be used during the service to minimize the rush. That would be interesting.
Oh my.
No hymn books, no communion, no offering containers, no pew Bibles, no singing, no hugging, no shaking hands. Disposable seat covers changed between services.
Oh, brother.
And the services have to be shortened.
That's not going to happen.
That's not a problem to me, right? And based upon the separation, we could only meet in the tent with a maximum of 350 to 400 people.
Wow.
You can see that these are the requirements that would completely shut the church down.
Absolutely.
Anybody who comes in contact with someone outside their family for more than 15 minutes must self-quarantine for 2 weeks.
Now, that's something he keeps saying, and I know people take issue with that, but he must have read it somewhere, and he must have been told that. You come in contact with anybody outside your family for 15 minutes or more, then you must quarantine yourself.
Obviously, this is not constitutional, but more importantly, it goes against the will of the Lord of the church. He calls us to gather. Amen?
Amen.
So look at the person next to you and say, I don't know who you are, but I'm so glad I'm sitting next to you.
All right, right. That was Pastor John MacArthur's opening comments today, September 13th. That was his first opportunity to address the congregation since the official ruling came down from the judge this past Friday.